Hi, Vanessa. Let's take a look at your midterm. I read your evaluation. I agree on most of it. I think there's still some work to do with integrating the concepts a little bit more. And although you're very together with your partner, just integrating the Latin rhythms a little bit more. Um, and you did do a good job at performing, but as we take a look at the video, notice how even though you're presenting forward, your focus is still internal and you're not really acknowledging the audience. So just take a look at those things and I'll talk about it as we view the video. Yeah, but overall, I think you did a really great job. Let's take a look. See, so that connection with your partner right there, I wish I would have seen that more throughout the choreography. Good, releasing of the head, nice suspension there. So there I can see you're doing internal and external focus, and then you kind of look at your partner to make sure you're with them. Off center right there, go a little bit more off center, and then take a look at your head on that inversion. See if I can catch it. Oh, right there. Yeah. So you want to drop. My mouse is not cooperating. Okay. You want to drop the head so that you are, there you go, so that you're looking at the audience instead of looking at your hands. And then you want your hands to be flat on the floor. So you are pretty flexible, I want to say. It does take flexibility in the hamstrings to be able to bring your hands all the way to the floor. Yeah, and that will allow you to really drop your head chin to chest all the way down. And then when you take that passe to the side, I love that you incorporated another facing, but make sure that's a place where you can really go off center and take a risk. Same thing with the leg coming up here in a second. You're hitting the correct position, but then you're not letting gravity take you into the next step. You're holding on to yourself, although your core should be engaged. You're holding onto yourself so much that you're really not fully going off center, excuse me, and letting gravity do what it does. So take a look at it right there. See, we're still in control. The only thing you did is like the head went, but I don't want just the head to go. The whole body should go, and let gravity take you with that off center movement. Okay, let's take a look at your samba. Yes, almost. So we want to make sure we're letting go of our tailbone, and making sure that our weight is transferring on the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and your hips should be, every time you do 1, 2, 3, your hips should be really shifting with that movement a little bit more. Okay. Yes. So internal focus, right? I feel like you're feeling the music. You got a little bit lost there. But so even though your eyes are out towards the audience, it's not really external focus, right? External focus is like I'm acknowledging the whole room, and I'm seeing everybody as opposed to, I'm looking straight ahead, but I'm still in this like glazed over-ish type of focus. And then take a look at your rolling to the floor. I think can also be a little bit smoother, integrating head to toe and groovy baby. So there, drop your head. And then you didn't, you kind of fumbled there a little bit, which is okay. But when you're rolling into the floor, and we'll take a look at the second side in a little bit, you really want to make sure that head tail connection, I don't know if you can see me, is happening, right? Because if we curve over as we go into the floor, it makes our transition into the floor a lot more fluid and efficient. And that's what we want to happen with technique. We want it to, really, it should give us freedom, right? Technique, because it gives us efficiency to do the things that we need to do. Good. Go over more. you have the flexibility in your hip flexors to come over more, nose to knee. Good. Drop your head. So right now you're looking at your hand instead of through your hands to the audience. Right there. Yeah. And then try to get your hips a little bit more squared with your shoulders, so then you're able to fully get this bottom leg right here. If you can see my mouse, should be coming off the floor to where you can point that bottom foot. Good. Yeah. Even more. Get into those figure eights. So you're rhythmically doing that salsa movement. See, again, even though you're looking out, you're not really acknowledging the people in the space in front of you, right? But I can see like, oh, there you go. I can see those faces happening. And I can see, I really love that connection that you had with your partner right there. Yeah. She got your eye, caught your eye. Good, good. Release of the head, good suspension coming back up. Even more off balance. Make sure you're spotting on that turn. Spot on that turn. You got to whip that head around a little bit more. Good. Undulation of the spine. Drop your head. Let the weight of your head take you into that gravity fall. Let your hips shake and move in that samba sequence. Good. Yeah, now we're getting into it. Good. A little mishap there. That's okay. And then again, so if you bring your chin to your chest and think of your head tail connection and really curve, if this is your spine, curve into going into the floor, it's going to make it more fluid. And that way you find your connection to the floor a lot faster than this abrupt, like almost, you didn't plop, but it was like close to it plopping. So take a look at that and see how you're holding your neck, and how if you could release into yourself, you could find the connection to the floor a lot smoother and faster. Right there, drop the head, curve more, curve, curve. See, I'm holding your self up more than you should. Yeah. Good. Even more. You got more in you. You got more in you. Where's the connection to your partner? Yes, right there. But I want to see it more throughout. See, like that little fun little groove that you're doing off the stage, that should be more integrated throughout the phrase, right? When we talk about performance, a lot of times we talk about matching the energy of the music and matching the energy of the movement inside the choreography. This isn't like an emotional, sad dance, it's not a stoic dance. It should be fun and sassy, and you're like starting to get there. I can see the little inklings happening, but going more into it, leaning into it a little bit more, just because I think you're fully capable of doing that, especially because you are a performer, right? You're on the dance team. So you should be able to do that a little bit more. And then the integration of the concepts, mostly, I think the droopy baby, I can see that the most, right? When you do your dégagé at the beginning, you drop your head. I see the droopy baby. I see the droopy baby in other parts when you're dancing. I think keep working on that head tail connection to transition in and out of the floor. It makes it more efficient and effective. And then your off center, it takes a little bit of risk, right? Yes, you're holding onto your core, you're engaging your core, but really it should kind of like a trust fall, right? Or think of like a tree falling over. But at the last second, because you're aware of what you're doing, you're going to catch yourself. But we need to see that moment, not just with the head doing it, but the whole body going into it. And there's multiple places, not just with the leg, but the passe part and other parts, even the leg swing dégagé at the beginning, that's going off your center. So making sure that's more integrated within the phrases that you're doing. But overall, great job. So I would say for me, the scores or the evaluation would be on well rehearsed. I would say it's like around a 33, because there are little mishaps that are happening throughout that take you out. Like Not completely, you don't stop, which is great. You keep going, but you can see in the face that like, something happened and it takes you out for a moment. So I would say a 33. For concepts, I would make it around 25, just because like I've been talking all throughout the video, there can be more integration and really following through the concepts a little bit more. Togetherness with partner, I think you're very together with Danny. I think you guys worked really well together. I would give it a 9 though, because there still needs to be more integration of the Latin rhythms. You can do more with your hips in that figure 8, the samba, getting those hips going as you transfer your weight 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then for performance, I forgot what I gave you, but I think it was around 19. I think I kept it to what you had said, because I feel like you're starting to do it. I can see the attempt, but I do feel like there could be even more, right? More connection with your partner in certain moments. The parts that you do have that connection, I really enjoy and like, but I think there could be even more of that throughout. Again, even though you're presenting forward, it doesn't mean that you have external focus, right? External focus is really acknowledging the space and the people that are in it. So just making sure that we're really doing that. And I can see it when you're dancing off the stage or dancing at the beginning of the phrase, but I want to see it more throughout the whole thing. Yeah, and I'm looking at the rubric right now. I gave it performance quality 19.4. All right, great job. Keep up your great work. And let me know if you have any questions.